was recorded during Osinachi's birthday celebration last November. That's not even 6 months. In the clip, her children are seen praying for her. At the time, I'm sure the prayers would have just seemed so random and normal. Or maybe they were not random prayers at all. Maybe this was the children's way of protecting their mother from what they allegedly saw their father do to her repeatedly. I'm sure for those people who were there at the birthday party who saw what was going on, I'm sure for them this video hits differently now, considering what has now happened. So she was survived. Osinachi was survived by 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. Osinachi's elder sister recently gave her version of events with regards to what led to the singer's demise. According to her sister, Osinachi died of blood cloth from injury she sustained from her husband stomping on her chest as he beat her. And if you guys remember, when Osinachi's death was first reported, the initial report claimed that she had died from an undisclosed illness. After that, another report started circulating that she had died from quote-unquote throat cancer. And that report was also quickly shut down once people in their circle started speaking out. Now, speaking exclusively with Vanguard, Madam Favor, who is the elder sister of the late Osinachi, is exposing some of the inhumane treatment Osinachi got from her husband prior to her untimely passing. According to her sister, Osinachi Nwachukwu died as a result of a cluster of blood in her chest from the kicking she got from her husband, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu. Mind you, this is important, contrary to the reports that Mr. Peter Nwachukwu has been arrested for the alleged crime and is currently in police custody, Osinachi's sister says that report is not true. She said their brother went to their house in Abuja to see the children after their mother's death and that the man was there in the house, that he is not yet arrested. According to her sister, Osinachi suffered physical abuse that went on for years, but she hid it from everyone. Madam Favor said the man was so out of control that they themselves, family members, also witnessed some abuse that went on, and they will oftentimes advise her, like countless times they advise her to try separation, not divorce, but separation, and that she will refuse and she will tell them that God is against divorce. Whenever they are concerned, she will always tell them that they should relax, that the man will change. According to her sister, on the day Osinachi fell into a coma, Mr. Peter kicked her so hard that she fell down. When he saw what he had done to her, he took her to the hospital, but never informed any member of her family what had happened. It was Osinachi's friend who had made prior plans with her that eventually contacted Osinachi's twin sister after she didn't hear from Osinachi, and she went to the house to do a welfare check, and it was at that time that she was informed that something had happened, and it still wasn't the husband who told her. And so she contacted Osinachi's twin sister, informed them that Peter had allegedly hit her in the chest, which subsequently led to her death. In a bid to get more information regarding the circumstances surrounding their sister's death, their brother then met with a doctor who attended to Osinachi, who then disclosed that there were clusters of blood on her chest. But Mr. Peter did not tell the doctor that she had been kicked in the chest. Perhaps the doctor would have been able to save her if he only knew exactly what happened to her, and he didn't. Her sister said that each time they tried to talk to her about her domestic violence situation, that she will plead for peace, that even when they try to move, when the situation gets too unbearable for them, that she will just plead with them and tell them that they should calm down. And according to her sister, Mr. Peter will oftentimes threaten to separate Osinachi and her twin sister Amarachi. You understand the ideology now. The twins, they share the same womb, and the idea is that twins are inseparable or whatever. And so he will oftentimes threaten to separate them. He doesn't allow them to go near Osinachi, like he doesn't allow the family to go near Osinachi. According to the sister, since Osinachi married him, she has not visited their village in Abia State. He won't let her go. She only visited when their father passed away in 2017. He once slapped her in the presence of their younger sister simply because he was speeding. And this was around the time that their father passed away and he was driving her to the village or something. And so he was speeding, and Osinachi told him to slow down. And according to our senior sister, that simple statement earned Osinachi a dirty slap. It was so unprovoked that even the younger sister, Osinachi's younger sister, who was riding with them in the car, attempted to intervene. It was Osinachi who then stepped in again and said, everybody should calm down. It's not that serious. According to the sister, Mr. Peter does not have a job. He made himself her manager so he can control everything. And he did. He controlled everything. He forced her to hand over her YouTube music channel password. When Osinachi is booked for a program, the money charge is paid directly. He's the one who negotiates the fees, first of all, and the money is paid directly into his bank account. All monies are paid into his bank account, and the talent is left with little to nothing. Essentially, this woman was a slave to this man. I mean, how else are we going to describe this? Her life was so sad and miserable, and she was very lonely. According to her sister, Madame Favor, Mr. Peter behaved the way he did because he feels her family has nobody to speak for them. She said their elder brother, who's the eldest of all the siblings, of all Osinachi's siblings, passed away long before even their father died in 2017. She said Mr. Peter once offered a veiled threat that if Osinachi didn't come back alive, she would come back dead. According to Madame Favor, Osinachi suffered years of abuse at the hands of her husband. She recalled one episode shortly after Osinachi gave birth to her second child, and Osinachi made a distress call to her, the elder sister, that this man wants to kill her. She said she rushed to Osinachi's place to bring her and her newborn baby over to her own house, just for safety. She said that Mr. Peter later brought a bunch of people over to her house to plead, and they eventually forgave him, and he went home with his wife and kids. On how Mr. Peter Nwachukwu broke the news of Osinachi's passing to her family, the sister said that they had to call him to confirm the news, that he wasn't even picking the phone. He didn't call them back until later in the night. She said that when Mr. Peter finally called Osinachi's mother to inform her of what had happened, the only sound the old woman could mutter from her shock was, "You have finally fulfilled your promise of killing her." She said upon hearing that, he got angry, hung up the phone, and switched off the phone, that he just stopped taking their calls altogether. This entire situation is so sad. I feel so bad for this woman. The more I hear her story, the sadder I feel for the life that she led. It is so obvious that she suffered the minute she met this man who, according to the sister, they met during one of her ministration, and he fell in love with her and they got married. It's so obvious that the minute he came into her life, he saw a cash cow and he decided to take advantage. And that is just so sad. It looks like she lived a very lonely life. He managed to isolate her from all of her relatives, and just so that he can take advantage of this woman, and he did. According to the sister, not once did he even bring the children to the village or introduce the children to the other side of the family, the Osinachi side of the family, that he just isolated her and the children from that. I just hope that people who are watching this are learning from this. If they are trying to isolate you from people, it's usually because they want to be able to take full advantage of you. They want to take full control of you so that you do not have an opposition speaking in your other ear, telling you what to do. And in all of this, the man is still free. He still has his freedom. I'm sure in a few days' time, there's going to be a burial and he's going to be in cameras crying or whatever. This whole thing is just so messed up. It's just sad. It's just sad. The signs are always there, ladies. The signs are always there. It is just up to you to pay attention to it, to notice it, to know what they are. The signs are always there. Anyways, this is a sad story all in all. I wanted to bring you guys this update. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below based on this other side of the story that you have heard. The story is still unfolding, the man is yet to talk, so we are all waiting. It's particularly sad now to know that this man is not even locked up somewhere, is roaming free. It's unfortunate, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like this video if you like it.